We just created a short film that was scripted, planned, and shot entirely using Samsung gadgets, all within 12 hours. Oh, and this isn't your typical ProductNation video. This was taken very seriously. We had an entire cast, crew, production, even a director. We wanted to make a really relatable video between the generational comparison from Gen Z to millennials, and if that wasn't crazy enough, that timer of a 12-hour schedule, that made it even more complicated. So the call time was 6:30 a.m., early in the morning, not a morning person. So we had to make sure everything was set up from 6:30 to 7 so we could start shooting exactly at 7. All right, so I'm here with the talent right now. So we've got both the millennial and the Gen Z. So do you guys want to give us an intro?
Hi, I'm Nadia and I'm playing the Gen Z with this gorgeous millennial.
Hi, I'm Del and I'm playing the millennial with this very beautiful Gen Z.
This is Jaji. She's our extra for the first shot. Jaji.
Coming on Friday, 7:30.
Oh, can you not swear? Jeez. Now I'll be honest, for one of the scenes we had to film inside, actually most of the scenes in the office, and our office is pretty boring, dull, and ugly. So to compensate for that, we actually went to neighboring offices and we found they had some really cool decorations that we thought would be great props for the video. So we actually ended up using Circle to search, scan for those props, and order them right away, get them delivered, and now our office looks nicer. We actually worked with SJM Productions on this one. They're a very talented production house here. They've done a fair few commercials here in Malaysia, and we're just close friends. Now these guys are usually used to filming with cinema cameras, really rigged up and nice, but we gave them the S24 Ultra to film the entire thing with. Not only that, they're not even allowed to use external apps like DaVinci or Filmic Pro. They have to use the built-in Samsung Pro video feature. This is gonna be interesting. All right, so we're about to shoot the first scene of the day. It is like 8:30, so we're slightly behind schedule, right? The talent's here already. We've got Shimon, the director, explaining to them the first scene. The lighting setup is pretty simple. We've got one light coming in from the left here. We've got this blocking off the light to the back so that we get good exposure on the back as well. On that side, we've got a nice light on the side as well.
So what we're doing is we're using the camera just to shoot a straight on while keeping a little bit of space on the left and right so that we can do a split screen in post. Look disgusted and throw. And cut. So what we try to achieve is basically get the right angle, but the tripod doesn't do it. So we need that food container. Only possible if you shoot with a phone. This is the benefit of it.
So the entire storyboard for this video was actually done on the Z Fold 6 by our designer and the director. I mean, I know I could have done it using the tablet, which is even better, but the fact that this phone can be folded, fit into my pocket, and I can continue doing a proper production storyboard with something like that is why I absolutely love the Z Fold 6. Okay, so check this out. So the phone is on here right now. The screen's off, completely off. So we're technically saving battery, but on the same side, the monitoring side, on the Tab S9 Ultra, you can actually see the whole thing and control the phone entirely while that side is still off, which is very, very helpful to save battery, especially during a longer production. I'll be honest, I'd never used this before and I was kind of blown away by it. This was perfect for changing lighting and exposure settings, especially when the camera was mounted on higher or awkward positions. Now, AI was a huge part of this production because it's a 12-hour shoot. We wanted to make it as smooth as possible. So we use things like generative edit, we use the compose feature even for some parts of the script, and of course, combining different frames to make a rough cut. Very, very useful thanks to the Z Fold 6. We actually had a rough idea on how we wanted to create the lighting for each scene. For this, we actually used Galaxy AI's generative edit to see how our talent, background, props, and lighting would be placed in each scene. Now, of course, this won't be 100% accurate, but it gets us 90% or more of the way there most of the time. All right, so now we're at the second location where we're actually filming on this nice couch here. So the setup is pretty much exactly the same. We're trying to switch out between the two different lenses. Either we're going to go for the telephoto lens or the 1x lens. So we're trying out both. Actually looks pretty good. Now, as for camera settings, we could have shot in 8K, but we decided to go with 4K resolution because we wanted to utilize all of the lenses all the way from ultra wide up to the telephoto, and this gives us the full room to properly do that. And I think it turned out really, really good. Okay, so now we're filming in the meeting room scene, and the lighting, as you can see, we've got this light here, top down, to get a nice little hair rim light action. This one to fill in the sides, and then the key light is outside, which is very nice. Now at this point, we got a little bit worried because we were behind schedule, the sun was going down, and we still had a bit left to complete. The small office spaces also did not help, but our director had some creative ideas.
So for this scene, we are actually bouncing light from the wall since the wall is white, and we are just creating an ambient source with this light up here. And then this smaller light panel is going to give him a little bit more feel on the back just to make the subject pop. So that's pretty much it, a very simple setup.
Okay, so this is the final scene of the day, and this one has a little bit of editing in it because the elevators are like super reflective, so we can't actually use proper elevators to open and close, so we're gonna put in elevators in CGI later. As we approach the end of the day, everyone was very tired, and since this last scene is shot at our lift lobby, the building management was also not very happy about it. With that was pretty much it. The director said cut and the production was complete, and that was the final result.